So good evening, everyone. Today we have event of how to become a great competitive coder programmer. Basically, how to become a pro in competitive programming. We will discuss everything in competitive programming, and for this we have Ritesh Astogi with us. He is SD intern at Directy, five-star coder at CodeChef, and also represented ACM ICPC regionals twice. Welcome, brother. Am-
Hello everyone. Yeah. I can hear you.
Good
Am I
to see
also
you.
audible? Yeah, I'm great. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Thanks for joining in, brother.
Yeah.
So let's start the event.
Mhm.
My first question to you is, firstly, please explain your journey. Please tell us about your journey, how it all started, and how you become the five-star coder. And did you had a goal of becoming five-star coder and representing a college in ICPCM, ACM ICPC? It's too confusing.
Yeah. So the journey started with like I had prepared. I was actually preparing for like IIT JEE in class 12th and all, and I actually failed it, right? And then I once again took a drop, and then I once again failed it. But because before that, actually, I'll tell you something about my class 10th and all. So in
Yes.
10th, I was studying in this UP board, and basically what happened is that my marks were really great. Okay?
Okay.
And what happened was that I actually got my name in the newspaper, in the local newspaper, and so I also got a laptop from the chief minister then, Akhilesh Yadav from the UP government. So I still
Okay.
I did my legit competitive programming on that laptop only. So basically, what happened? Class 10th May, I was this wonder kid, and I was this Sharma ji ka beta, and I giving everyone advice that what to do, how to study for how to study ye wo, and I did really good. I mean, I had my like family photo in the newspaper and stuff like that. It was a really great achievement, right? But then
Hmm.
some things happened, and it was probably like the first success which I had ever in my life. And I mean, maybe thoda bahut ghamand tha, and some other things also happened, but I failed, right? And first time also ITJ failed, and the second time also I failed it. So then I got into this college, and I was like, I mean, I mean, I was pretty disappointed in myself, but I was like that this has not to be the end of everything. I mean, yes, I am pretty much on a minima in my life, but I mean, till I mean, for all the future years, I'll not keep on telling other people that I am sort of good I am sort of intelligent because they are judging me from my current state, which
Yes.
is not probably good, but what my parents and I also wanted to tell them that okay, I performed good in class 10th, and but who's listening to that, right? So I
Yeah.
mean that has not to be the end, definitely. So I was like, okay, let's do something. And then I actually heard about this ACM ICPC and all. So then it was not about anything. It was a lot of it was like, I mean, it's in some sort of a way, it was like proving that yes, you are some sort of worthy thing or something like that. But I mean, I just took it, and I just went ahead with it. And I mean, I was like that because the failure that I faced, I mean, there were a lot of lessons or a lot of learnings from it out of it as well. So I this time I made a promise to myself that I won't repeat those mistakes. I remembered them, and I went ahead in doing something. So this something was competitive programming, and I just immersed myself completely into it. So
And there's
I
something
mean,
is just crazy stuff.
yeah, I mean, if you go all in into anything, and I mean, you will come out really like victorious. And yeah.
I was
It-
just
it-
looking at your profile and I was just amazed at how great profile you have.
yeah, so it all starts with what if. It all starts with ki ye karna hai, it all starts with that. So yeah, journey started like that. And then you asked that was it a goal for me to become 5 star and stuff like that. So ACM ICPC, like if you read about it, then a lot of sites will mention that it is considered as the coding Olympics,
Yep.
stuff like that. And I mean, I was like, it sounded very cool, right? So I mean, like, what if I crack this? And it started with a what if, and actually to represent your college at the ACM ICPC, you actually have to be the best in your college. And
Yeah.
being the best in your college, that also means that you have to even defeat seniors who have been doing the same thing. And there was a senior team 2 years older than me,
Yeah.
you know,
Having more
and
experience than you.
having more experience. And in the last year they themselves went to ACM ICPC, and now here I am. I know nothing about it, but yes, there is some sort of zid junoon, whatever you call it. And it's like, okay, I'll just immerse myself into it, and I did that. And then, yeah, I mean, things happen. Things always happen. Yeah.
Yeah. That's really amazing, brother. It's just your profile is too inspirational for anyone.
Yeah.
So my second question to you is from the perspective of first and second year students. For competitive programming, which language to pick up? There is a lot of confusion in the industry. Basically, if somebody search, some websites say go with Java, some say go with C, C++. So there's a lots of confusion. Even when I tried competitive programming, I was also confused at which language to pick up. So what do you want to say on this?
Yeah, you should start learning C++. That's one thing for sure, because C++ is sort of a language that is going to give you really, really fast execution times. I mean, there are problems in which, there are coding problems in which, like when you solve coding problems, then I mean, they will be judged on the basis of test cases, and they'll be judged on the basis of how fast is your code, and what's the execution time in it. So if you write the same program in C++, and if you write the same program in Python, and Python, or let's say Java also, the same program written in different languages can give you higher execution times. So C++ is a fast language, and there are a lot of problems in which the constant factors are high and stuff like that. It's a bit technical what I'm talking about, but yeah, if you are a beginner, just andvishwas say, but just believe me as of now that learn C++. Okay, you might not understand technically why I'm saying this, but there will come a time, maybe 3 months, 4 months down the line, when you will understand why I said this. But yeah, just believe it. C++.
Basically, it will be beneficial in long run.
Yeah.
Great. Also, C++ had something STL that may be beneficial.
Uh, yeah. So basically, C++ has this template library STL. It is a bunch of collection of some stuff, and which can be used to basically, like, it is some sort of pre-written code that's already available for you, and you can just use it. So if you start using it, then your coding speed will also be faster. Like, you can implement things faster as compared to, because you don't have to write everything from scratch, right? So yeah, those things also come in handy. Yeah.
That's amazing. So my next question to you is basically related to DSA. How to start with DSA? There are some people which are like, I was also confused, like first do DSA and then move to CP, or doing DSA with CP is beneficial, like both the things simultaneously. So what are your views on this?
I mean, you should have your goal clear first of all. If your goal is to crack companies only, then I mean, DSA is somewhat sufficient, I would say. For example, if you, let's say, want to get into Amazon or Microsoft and stuff like that, so I mean, lead code would be sufficient, and there is no need to grind code forces and stuff like that. But because my goal was to do ACM ICPC, it sounded cool, and I just drifted my life towards that. What if I could do this?
Yep.
If you identify yourself as that sort of a person, then you can start doing CP. So identify your goal, identify that what you want to do, and then I mean, if you want to just crack companies and stuff like that, then also identify ones that which are the companies that you want to crack. So there are different companies, like for example, if you want to crack Amazon, Microsoft and stuff like that, then I mean, lead code is enough, you don't need to grind so much. But let's say if you want to have a bigger shot at Google and some companies like Coordination and all, so then these are a bit CP intensive. So identify your goal, and then you can start with anything you want. Yeah.
Great, great. So basically, from where to learn DSA? This question is also related to previous one. From where to learn it? From specific courses, the paid one, from the free one, which are available on YouTube, or just Google search with the question you have. Like we have the question of binary search. If we have, then just Google search what is binary search, and then learn it, and then do the question. So from where to learn it?
Yeah, the second strategy actually sounds more relevant to me, because I mean, if you don't, because I mean, there will come a problem, the which problem you won't understand as of now, that how to solve it. Then you will go and find out that, okay, this problem requires binary search. Then you'll be like, what is binary search? Then you read about it. Then after reading and understanding a bit about it, you will come back to the problem, and then you will solve that problem itself, right? So if you think about the entire circle process, right, so it's something that came in front of you, a problem. Then you identified that how you can approach that problem, how you can solve that problem, and
Yes.
then you actually like end up solving that particular problem itself. So this entire thing actually sounds more intuitive and more comforting for me. Otherwise, there is some concept called as tutorial hell. I mean, people just go on tutorials by tutorials and stuff like that. Just keep on reading and stuff like that, and they don't apply their knowledge somewhere. So I would say it's better to go in the second, to go like the first way which we discussed, rather than
Yes.
reading a lot of stuff and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, okay. There is a question from Akash Singh. He said, please answer how to build logic for competitive programming. Actually, this is a question which I wanted to ask this time. And so, yes, please answer this, brother. How to build logic for in CP? In any solving any problem, it's just like first build the logic, and CP logic is everything. You are expert in this.
Mhm.
So, how do you build the logic in CP?
Yeah, so it's one of those things that, I mean, is going to come eventually with time only. Um, like I'll tell you, like I was never an expert into any of this, and when I started, and I used to ask the same questions to a lot of people. I
Yeah.
used to ask, let's say, that how will I get 5 star, or how will I get expert rating at Code Forces and stuff like that. Okay, I even messaged the world number one coder tourist. I was like, how to do this, how to do that, and he didn't reply and stuff like that. But I was in the same position in which
Yes.
a lot of people you are, right? But then what happened is that one day I myself like became the 5 star coder. I myself became this expert rated guy at Code Forces. Myself went into ICPC, and then I myself asked myself that how did I do all of this? And I mean, there was no answer to me except the fact that I did solve a lot of problems. So I understand that from what perspective this question is coming, but trust me, if you have watched Kung Fu Panda, there's a line in it that says there is no secret ingredient. I myself was once looking for that secret ingredient, but then I myself realized after a point of time that it's eventually going to happen. It's just like investments. You don't ask for returns too quickly. Just trust the process, keep solving a lot of problems and all. You'll get it. Yeah.
And as you said that you message world number one coder that how to become a 5 star coder and related stuff. I'm sure that you are also getting this type of message right now, like how to crack ACM, how to become 5 star, 4 star coder.
Yeah, yeah.
That's something a crazy stuff.
Yeah, it's funny. Now it happens to me. And now sometimes it also happens that, let's say, if you post something on LinkedIn, then after upload, then actually like a lot of messages come. And then sometimes even I am also not able to reply. So
There are several level of questions, easy, medium, hard, and the one who is starting is just want to jump on the hard one. And also some competitive programmers say that just directly jump on the hard one. So what do you say, like they should practice first some set of easy problem then move to hard, or like they must think on the hard problem first? So what do you say on this?
oh, I'll tell you a story. Okay. So what
Yes.
happened is that when I was in class 11th and 12th, whatever questions, like we were studying Python back then, okay, school level Python. So whatever problems my computer teacher gave me to like write a program to print a pattern, write a program to do this, write a program to print a multiplication table of this number, like whatever, okay, I was able to solve everything. So, I mean, there is also this effect called the Dunning-Kruger effect, if I'm not wrong, that the little you know, the more you think that you know everything. Okay? So I just knew about stuff only that my 11th and 12th teacher taught me. And because I was able to code everything, I thought that I knew everything. But I was very wrong. Okay? So
Yes.
the day I jumped onto Code Chef, I remember there was this guy by the name Gennady Korotkevich, and he is actually the number one rated programmer in the world. And I was like, okay, let's go and see what kind of problems he has solved. Okay. And I went to his profile, and I just saw the problem that he solved, most recent one. And I mean, I was not even able to understand that what is the problem even demands for. Okay,
Yeah.
forget about even solving it. I was like, what is this? And is it even solvable stuff like that? So basically, I picked a very hard problem that the world number one coder had solved. Okay, so I mean, if you jump directly on the hard problems, I don't think you can do anything. It's best to start with somewhat at zero. And I mean, on the when you go to the online coding platforms, even the zeroth problem, the easiest problem, might also sometimes scare you. So it's okay to try your hands on a little on some easy problems and then slowly level up from there. Yeah.
Okay, okay, that's great. So, what do you suggest? Which platform should a beginner or a competitive programmer should choose? Code Forces,
Okay.
Code Chef. They are two, or anyone or another which you would like to suggest.
Yeah, you can start with both. My personal favorite is Code Forces because the contests that are there, they are actually like hold a lot of contests in a short span of time. Plus the community at Code Forces is also great. For example, if you don't understand anything, then there's a tutorial for each and every problem. And let's say if you don't even understand what the tutorial is saying, then you can still like go ahead in the comment section and all, or in the announcements page and stuff like that, and you can clarify your doubts over there. Sometimes the people might not reply, but that's all okay. Okay, it's the part of the process. So Code Forces is my favorite, but if you are a beginner, you can start from anything. But slowly, like one day, definitely try your hands on Code Forces if you want to do CP. Yeah.
Okay, okay, that's great. So, my next question to you is, brother, which there are certain type of topics which are just crazy stuff out there, like recursion, graph, and DP. They are also and they are crazy and scary at the same time. So, how to make them understandable for a beginner or for a medium level competitive programmer?
Um, I mean, what can I say? Just read more, try more, practice more. That's it. I mean, everything. So there's a like very general saying, which is very normal, but it's very powerful at the same time. That if you are weak at topic X, then just solve more of X. If you are weak at DP, try to solve more of DP. If you are weak at graphs, try to solve more of graphs. Stuff like that. So I mean, and then once again, like initially you will have problems, but if you go on keep repeating the same thing, then I mean, yeah, I mean, one day everything will make sense. Yeah.
Basically, the more you solve, the more problems will come, and then finally you will have the solution.
Yeah, the more you solve, the more you will take away things from them. The more you solve, the more learnings you will get out of those problems, right? And then those learnings you can try to apply at the newer problems that you see. And basically the newer problems are not original problems, they are also like some sort of manipulation of the known techniques. So and there is a finite limit of topics and stuff like that. It might feel infinite when you're starting, but yes, it's a finite set, and the more you solve, the more you learn, the more things you add up into this finite set, the more you'll become better and you'll be able to solve newer problems. Yeah.
So this is your final year, right?
Mhm.
So basically, how did you manage competitive programming and 4 years of college both at the same time?
So
Because
there's a meme, right?
yeah,
My college duration is 2 plus 2 iota, which is like 2 iota, which means like imaginary years, right? So 2 years to I didn't even manage, and the remaining 2 years it was like I mean, my college does not has much of an attendance issue. I
it's
mean,
a great
the
part of
teachers
the
are
college.
supposed, yeah. So I mean, I just worked a lot on my skills. So that's what was management for me. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Basically, I also had to manage time, and it's very tough to manage time because having
Huh.
do a lot of stuff at the same time and also solving DSA, it's just become sometimes complicated. But yes, you have to manage
Uh-huh.
somehow.
Yeah. I mean, learn to prioritize stuff. If you have something on your priority list, then I mean, you will somehow find time for it. So if you have your priorities set, then you will have find time for it. Yeah.
Okay. So, did CPU help you in getting your internship?
Yes, CP helped me in a lot of things. I mean, CP even teaches you stuff even beyond programming or even beyond internships in general. I mean, when you'll do CP, they'll face a lot of uh, what do I call them? You'll face a lot of issues, you'll face a lot of problems. But then if you have to move forward, then you have to keep your ego aside and you have to still like keep on doing stuff. So I mean, my ego has gone down to absolute zero. Plus, I have also started to appreciate a lot of things, because I mean, I'm no longer the guy who watches a cricket match and says, yeah, they are, what is he doing over there? If he is playing like that why is he even playing international cricket? Because I have I have had my own phase of struggle and hustle while doing CP, and I understand that sometimes stuff does not work out. And sometimes when stuff does not work out, it is not because you haven't put in the effort. You might be putting in a lot of effort, still things might not eventually sometimes work out for you. So I mean, CP has taught me a lot of things, even beyond like about life in general. So it's even beyond internships. Yes, I did get, like, the original question was, did I get a lot of help in getting internships and all? Yes, I did. But in general, I think I have become mentally much more stronger. And yeah, it's a lot. So I mean, what can I say? CP is great. Yeah.
It's great. It's really great.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my last question to you is, brother, what do you want to suggest a beginner or second year student to choose from CP or development? Like there are some videos on the YouTube which say that go for development, don't go for CP, and there are some videos which say that just go for CP, don't go for development. So what do you want to say on this?
I think in order to become a complete engineer, you have to understand what CP offers you, right? CP, a lot of times, like the basic funda of CP is that you can solve each and every problem that is being offered to you. But it's not about just finding the correct solution, it's also about finding the most optimal solution, right? And it's not about just for a given input finding the correct output, it's about finding it fast enough, right? And
Yes.
these are some of the things that will be carried on when you will become an engineer, because it's not just about, like, for example, if you're building an app, right? Because let's say if we talk about even JE, right? So
Hmm.
just then JE ka result aata hai, just the day JE mains result comes out, JE sites also go down, right? IIT sites also go down. It's not like the people who are there, they are not talented enough. But I mean, because they know that the result is only available at our site. So if even if you don't are able to see it within a click of a second your result, still
Yes.
you half hour later also you'll come up to the same site, right? But I
There
mean,
is
if
no
you're
other
running a
option.
business,
Yes.
there's no other option. But if you're running a business, then I mean, how much time does it takes to shift from Amazon.com to Flipkart.com, right? So it's not just about giving the right set of products, it's also
Yes.
giving about right set of products in the right amount of time, within a click of second, fast enough, right? So these are some of the principles that competitive programming is going to teach you. I mean, so I would not say that you should not do development or you should not do CP. I think you should do both of them, because I mean, the software development is the thing that actually is a profession in itself, and CP is not a profession, but CP is going to give you things that will make you a better engineer when you finally start doing engineering, right? So do both of the things. I would say it's better to do CP first rather than doing dev first, because ultimately, because the real job is software developer job. So
Yes.
there will come a point of time when you will have to make a switch, and then because you have to make a switch and you don't have any choice, so you will transition from being a CP person to a dev person. But I
Yes.
mean, the ulta does not happen. There is no motivation for the dev guys to stop doing development and do CP. So that's
Yes.
why they sort of complain that, oh, why do we have to do this and that? So do first CP, do both the things first of all, and
Hmm.
then if you take my opinion, then do first CP and then switch to development. Yeah.
That's great. So thank you very much, brother, for just providing great amount of value to our community.
Yeah.
And
And thanks a lot, Shorja, for inviting me. I think you are doing great work for the community. So really appreciate you for having me, and keep up the good work now. Yeah.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.